Buongiorno, ciao. How are you? Sorry, it took a little bit longer than I expected. I was just brewing up my potion. Not portion, potion. Right. Let me just get you up on screen. Oh, like, what are you doing there, love? Oh, we don't want to do that. Oh, there we go. There I is. To go on to live chat. Well, I haven't done one of these for a long time. Hey, hey, hey! You all right there, Laura Lee? I sent you a message today, by the way. I don't know whether you got it. And a photograph. I'm hoping this week, by the way. Happy Halloween to you too. Right, just got one other thing to click on and set up. And that's that bit there. And do that. And then I can go back to the chat. There we go. Hello there, Carol. Hello there, Diane. We'll just wait just a couple of minutes just to let everyone kind of catch up, because I've done this on the hoof. Didn't warn anyone I was going to do it. I was going to do it over the weekend, but I started off with a bad chest over the weekend. Anyway, enough of my ailments, because I'm sick and tired of hearing them. Hi there, Carol from West Wales. I won't try and do the accent because I'm a bit rubbish. Hi, Suzanne. For those of you who might not have seen me about before, it's been a little while since I've done a tutorial, so I'm a bit nervous, to say the least. So please be gentle with me. So I'm bound to make several cock-ups. But anyway, there we go. I just need to add a link to the chat. Just bear with. Did I put it in? Oh, all right, let's try that. There we go. So this is a new listing in my Etsy store, and it's to make 2 little miniature Halloween journals. Now, if you are a member of the Facebook group, you may have purchased this in the pop-up shop. But if you haven't and you wish to, there's the link in the chat to be able to go and purchase this little digi kit if you so wish. I'll try and remember to put it in the description box afterwards, just in case you don't like reading the live chat. Okay, let me take my cardigan off, because I've now having a hot sweat. So, as I say, I had intended to do this over the weekend, wasn't able to, and so tonight seems to have been the night, which, as it happens, is Halloween. So happy Halloween to everyone. Just for our friends abroad, if anyone puts up any times, for me, normally I would say I'm doing a live video at 5 p.m. UK time. You just need to remember that our clocks have gone forward. So our time change happened early hours of the night last night. Hi there, Natalie. Thank you for joining us, because I know that you've just got in from work. Bless you. Hope someone's cooking you a nice dinner. So yes, so you just need to bear in mind that for us here in the UK, our clocks have already gone forward. because I know that for other countries your time hasn't changed yet. So just something for you to bear in mind. Okay, I'll quickly show the digital kit for those who may not have seen it before. These are the two little booklets that you can make. So it's a 7-page digikit, and it's got loads of things in here for you to be able to complete and make this as a full little mini journal, or 2 little mini journals. So you've got 2 front covers, one that says spell book, one that says journal, and there are things that you can add to the front of these covers to jolly them up a bit more, but I'll come back to that in a minute. Then this is the inside cover. So I've printed both that page and this page on a thin card because I'm going to glue them back to back. Then I've printed these next 2 pages onto a good quality but thinner paper. And this is the pages for the inside of the journal. Okay, so those are the pages. And then there's lots of embellishment pieces, and as you can see, lots of words as well for you to cut out and use. Now, one of the things that I have done with this kit is I've put in here 31st of October 2022, 31st of October 2023, and 31st of October 2024. So at least, you know, even though I'm a bit late in bringing this out, if you want to make this up ready for next year, then you've got next year's date there, and you've got the year after date as well. Okay, so that if you wanted to date them, then you can do. All right, so as you can see, look, I've got all my embellishment pieces already pre-cut out, and I've got all my word pieces not cut out, but you know, sort of ready to go. Hi there, Julie. It's another spanner in the works. Hi there, Lulu. Hi, Diane. Hi, everyone else I've not said hello to yet. Okay, so this is one of the inside covers that I've cut out. Oh, that's what I forgot to bring up, was my good scissors. I'll just have to use these scrappy ones. Okay, so the inside cover pieces, I've made them fractionally wider. All right, they're the same height as the covers, but I've done them fractionally wider just so as it makes it easier to join the two together back to back. Now, any normal sane person would be using their paper trimmer, but oh no, not me. Get the scissors out. I've really got into, like, I have been working quietly in the background, you know. There's lots coming up. I haven't just been sat twiddling my thumbs, but I've been doing a lot of fussy cutting, a lot, watching lots of TV, and I've watched that many series, you know, from start to finish, from series 1 to like series 27 or whatever. I've watched loads, but I've been sat downstairs fussy cutting and making up digital kits. So that's why I took all the digital kits out of my Etsy store, because I've revamped a few of them and I've made a load more. So I have got some more to add to the Etsy store, but unfortunately at the moment I can only concentrate on kind of one thing at a time. It's just the way my brain is working at the moment, just being able to concentrate on one thing at a time. So it was like the pop-up shop. Oh, our Maureen's here too. Hey there, Maureen, nice to see you. So yeah, I've only been able to concentrate on doing the pop-up shop because I could do a bit here and a bit there and it wasn't, you know, a full-on thing. Whereas trying to do a pop-up shop, digital kits, Facebook group, tutorials for YouTube, but it just was way too much. So I'm trying to reintroduce myself back into doing a few bits and pieces. Okay, so I'm just folding that in half, although I want it going the other way, but I needed to see where the line was. And again, I could use my, you know, my paper scorer doobry whatsits, and I'll have forgotten words as well, just so as you're pre-warned. Okay, so that's the inside cover, and this is going to be the outside cover. So let's fold that one. And if you want to ink all your edges, you can do. I'm not going to, just purely for time purposes, because I don't want to keep you all night, because I know that, you know, you'll be wanting to go out and go and grab your candy and stuff. What's that Laurie Lee put? I am always astonished how well you Brits can cut with scissors. Oh dear. Didn't know it was a British thing. Okay, so if I sit these where the creases are together, you'll notice that height-wise they're the same, but width-wise they're a little bit longer. It might be a little bit taller on top and bottom as well, but I can trim this down because this is so plain. You know, I'm not cutting anything off, so I'm going to use the crease marks as my guide for lining them up, and I'm going to put this bottom edge along the bottom edge down here. Okay, so what we're going to do first of all is I'm just going to put some glue in the middle there, because then I can add more glue afterwards. All right, just so as I can make sure that I've got it lined up well, and line that fold up at the bottom. Can you see I've lined it up there? And then I'm just going to slide it down so that it meets that bottom edge. And then hopefully when I lay that, oh God, well, it won't work if it moves. Stay put. There we go. Slide it down. Meets at the bottom edge. Meets at the fold at the top. That's that middle bit's now in place. Fold it just to make sure. And don't want to squidge it too hard because I've got a fair bit of glue on there. Okay, so at the moment it looks like that. All right. Now what you could do is you could place glue just along the top and the bottom, and then you've got, you know, little side pocket there and a little side pocket there. Or you could do it so that you place glue down the side and down the bottom, so then you've got a top loading pocket and a top loading pocket. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to trim off this excess, and I think that I might do side opening pockets just because I can. And again, I probably would have been wiser to have done this with a paper trimmer. Hey ho. Okay, so I'm going to place glue across the top and across the bottom. On that back piece, and then stick that down. And again, I can trim off some of this excess if I'm still overhanging. Come on, glue. And again, open up that front bit, put some glue there. And across the bottom there. And glue. Let's just have a swig of tea. I keep trimming until I finish up with a postage stamp, says Maureen. I've done that before now, Maureen. Okay. Just got to be careful because of that glue oozing out. Close it up. Give it a bit of a squidge. Okay. I'll be a good girl. I be good. That's all right. No, I'm not going to be good because this is the other thing that I find that I do is my glue hasn't dried, and so my trimmer drags across the card, and then I end up with a blah, 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 dragged bit of card. So that's my norm, which is probably why I do more of this, really, cutting it by hand. So I always end up with a snagged bit of paper. And anyway, by the time I've inked this up, if that's what I decide to do later, that'll do. Then you won't see those overhang bits anyway. So there we go. So there's my front cover. So I'm just going to put that to one side. Now I'm just going to, I am going to get the paper trimmer out. No, I'm not. I lie, because I already have them. I've done Blue Peter style and I'm already prepared. I forgot I was already prepared, you see. So let's pretend I have cut out these beautiful pages, of which there is 4 sets. And there's my cover. Different front cover though. I did ink this one up there. So I folded them in half and I printed them onto cream paper, and I went round and I inked all the edges. So I cut them out, inked them up, folded them in half, and then I've arranged them in the order that I want. And I'm going to have some plain pages in there so that I can decorate those up. So you see there and there, and then the middle one I've folded it the opposite way on so that that's in the center, and it means then that I've got 2 cream pages together there. All right, now again, if you purchase from the pop-up shop, you may have purchased one of the Halloween digital kits, and in there were some black envelopes and a little green bag and some charms. Spooky house, a witch and a broom I've got in mine. I don't want you for now. And what I could do is this envelope, which is 6, just over 6 1/4 long by 4.5 inches tall. This is the flap of the envelope, and I'm just going to fold it in half. So I can add some extra pages to it if I want. Could add some coffee dyed papers to it, but where those 2 pages are that are cream and cream, I'm going to slot that envelope in there just to give it a little bit of extra something. So I've now got this flap here that can act as a pocket. So I'm going to trim across the bottom of the envelope, which has now become the top because I've tipped it upside down. And then, or am I going to do the sides? So I could trim right the way across there, and then again I've got 2 top loading pockets, or I can trim down the 2 sides. I think I'm going to trim across the top. So trim across there. we'll slot that in there, and then it means then that I've got the flap where the envelope is, and I've got the top loading pocket as well. And then again, to add that little bit of extra colour on here, because of it being the cream pages, I could add the green paper bag. So I could do it like that. I'm going to trim this side of the bag, the bottom end of it, so that I've got an opening pocket there. Flip that round, and I can now go da-da, 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 da-da. There you go. Right. So the pages are just fractionally smaller than the cover. So let me just clip those all in place. And I like to do it where it's slightly folded. So you either have them all folded or all flat. So I'll do that. One more clip. The sound effects are back. And then I've got this lovely orange waxed thread. Very Halloween-esque, I thought. I have got these listed in my Amazon store, all these different coloured. It's a little kit. It's a really nice little kit, actually, with all the different colour threads. Right, I want my bulky tool. I want one in the middle. So I'm making sure that I've got my fingers either side of the spine. But I would normally do this into I've got a special sponge. But I can't be bothered at this point to get it out. I'm going to do 3 holes. One in the middle. One somewhere nearish the top. And I'm not going to go fancy-schmancy with decorating this thing up. But if that's what you wish to do, if that's your cup of tea, go for it. But at this late stage in the game, I think it's simple to say that I'll just do a basic journal and decorate it up as I go along. So I'm going to go down the middle. So you can see it comes together quite quickly. So she now can't pull the needle and thread through the hole. There we go. One through the top. Go on. There we go. And then I'm going to take it straight the way down to the bottom. And up through the middle. Right. So, can you see this loose thread that I left here? That middle bar, it's on the left-hand side. My needle's just come through and it's also on the left-hand side, but I want it on the right. There we go. So that oh heck, I don't want you doing that, lovey. No, I want you doing that. There we go. So that I've now got one loose thread on the left-hand side of that middle bar and one on the right. So it means that when I tie those two together, then it will hold that middle bar in place. So I'm going to knot it once, twice, 3 times a lady. So I'll do it twice. And clip them off. And then if I want to add some charms on later on, I can do. Take them off. There you go. Can't get much simpler than that, can you? Cutesy little journal. Again, in the kit, provided you with some orange and some black organza ribbon. I think I'm going to use one of these to act as my tie, to tie it up. I'm just going to wrap it round. As I say, I'm not going fancy schmancy. Well, that orange is bright, isn't it? We'll go with a bit of black. Bit of classy black. And I could just wrap that round there. Tie it off, little bow. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. All right, but I'm not going to do that yet because I want to decorate it up a bit. Okay, let's clear my decks a little. Put you all over there, and I want to get you out. Right, let me just have a slurp of my tea. God, I've forgotten it's hard work, this, doing a tutorial. Whew, worked up a sweat. And I'd really appreciate it, because obviously I've not been about for a while. It would be really appreciated if you spread the word and go, our Carol's kind of back. She's done a tutorial. Okay, so this is the other one that I did. And I put a picture of the cat on the back, but I put some seam binding underneath it, so that formed a little bit of a tunnel. So then the seam binding then can pull through so that you can alter the lengths of them, right? And it opens up like that. Okay. I haven't got enough room for it all, look. Ah, Carol's back in town. The Carol's back in town, Carol's back in town. And then when you turn to the back, that was the green back. And then it opens up the other way on the back. Okay. And the way in which I did that was this. So basically, again, if you bought the kit, there were some sheets of the excuse me, the straw paper in there. I've got to see if I can remember how I did it now. How did I do it? Right, okay, so folded it in half lengthwise. Now this for us here, okay, is A3 paper. I suppose I better give you measurements, hadn't I? Because I know someone's going to, no, I'm not going to tell you, because it shouldn't make that much difference. So, hang on, let me get a kit cutter out. There we go. So let me cut this one out. Because this is the bit that's the important bit. Told you I'd make a boo-boo. I need this bit first. Enjoy your dinner, Natalie. Bye. Thank you for popping in. So is anyone actually going trick or treating tonight? I've hidden upstairs out the way because a few of the kids from around the street were coming round and I'd completely forgot. So I've got no sweeties or anything in. Now I'm actually going to cut this one in half and have it as two separate pieces. Okay, so I've got a front piece and I've got a back piece. Right. So, this sheet of paper, I folded it in half this way. And I want it the same height as this front cover. So, pencil. So, I'm just going to mark it with a pencil there. And I am going to have to cut this on the paper trimmer. All right, so I've just made a mark across there. And I'm going to fold it in half the other way as well, just to make it short enough to be able to go into the paper trimmer. And I'm going to cut it this side of the line, so that it's fractionally smaller. Yeah, I think I'm a bit too old for it as well. I made chocolate cake instead. I've been eating that. Okay, so as you can see, look, there's the pencil line. I've cut it just to the left-hand side of it. All right, so this is now a slightly shorter height than the actual front cover itself. Okay. Okay, I'm going to wish I hadn't started this one because I forgot what the next step is. I think, if I remember correctly, so bear with me because I need to do this and then go and find out that I hadn't got it right. So, right. It's folded in half. I'm going to turn it and I'm going to fold it in half again. At this point, I'm just going to finger press, and then I'm going to pull this top piece back and fold it back on itself to there. And if I remember correctly, that then now it's just fractionally wider than this, but I'm not worried about that bit. Okay, then I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to pull this bit and pull that back. So I've now got this folded sections, and I'm just going to crease it with my burn folder. Okay, so that it does that, look. Right, so it's folded in half and then it folds into a W or an M shape. Right, it is not way beyond your ability, Julie. Even you can fold a piece of paper in half again, pull that top bit back down, flip it over, pull that top bit back down. And then when you open it up, you've got a folded piece of paper that makes an M shape. All right. Now, other videos, they do this slit across the middle, and then, yeah, we're not doing that, because I always find that if you know that technique, I always find that the pages don't sit right. So what I then like to do is I like to open it back up. And I'm going to use these creases that I've made, and I'm going to cut down that middle one all the way down to the very last section. Right, so there's the last section there. And I've just cut up to that last section. Right, so it looks like a pair of trousers. Culottes. Just in case Susan watches this. Culottes, not culottes. Okay, so we've now got this folded piece of paper with this cut down the middle, and I'm going to fold that bit and then fold it back. then fold that bit. Okay, then this I'm going to fold underneath, fold it underneath, and then I'm going to turn it around. Okay, now this fold's going in the wrong direction, so I'm now going to have to fold, sort of refold. Yeah, it's not culottes, Helen, it's culottes. Susan and I had this big discussion about it one day on Rosemary's video. I was like, culottes? What the hell are culottes? So I'm just going to trim off these little extra folded pieces. Oh, I'm glad I got that bit right. Whew. Because I'd almost forgotten how to make it. Right, so this is now the front. And I'm going to stick this to that front piece. So that's going to go. Now I'm just doing this roughly so that you can see how to do it. This is not going to be a masterpiece. Right, so that will then sit centrally on that front piece. And we've got this little bit of overhang, but you know, we're not meant to be making things that are perfect. We're just meant to get fun out of making these things. All right, so that's the one on the front. I'm going to flip it over. And then I'm going to stick this one on the back. I'm going to do exactly the same thing, but stick it on the back. Fun, 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 fun. Sometimes you can get a bit too precious about these things and forget that you're only dealing with paper, you know. It's all about being creative, using your noddle a little bit, having a bit of fun. There we go. So that don't fit perfectly on the back there, but that's okay. I designed it to have a lovely border. Quite right, Jen. Liar, liar, bum's on fire. Okay, so now when I come to open it up, this is stuck to that front page. So, ta-da! And then we'll fold the next one over. Ta-da! Next one. Ta-da! Ah, now then. We've got this funny bit here in the middle, which is where we folded it over itself. So, I could glue this shut along this edge and that edge so that it just forms a page on this side, but on the other side it'll form a pocket. Or I could just glue along the bottom edge and the bottom edge there, and then you've got a double pocket so that you've got the double entrance, so that you've got the entrance from this side, but you've also got the entrance from underneath as well. So I'll do it as a double entrance pocket. Let me just open that out a minute so that I can put, where do I want to put glue? Like, just along the bottom, Carol, just along the bottom. So I'm going to put glue across there. There we go. So then you can see. Hammer that in place. And we'll carry on. Ta-da! And then you get to the back cover. Ta-da! And then you open it up from the back cover. Ta-da! Ta-da! Ah, now then. This is where you have that pocket there. Okay? What is this, sussery? And then that. Okay? So you end up making, open it out in full. It's a booklet like that. and then this middle section becomes like a little pocket, right? So you've got an entrance on this side and you've got an entrance on that side. Okay, so that was using one sheet of straw paper and the front covers. Of course, there's no reason why you can't print off 2 lots of the journal pages, you know, and do exactly the same thing in each one. All right, so we've got this one which has got the pockets on the front covers at the sides, there and there, and then we've got this one that does the accordion fold. Okay, and then we've got this one which is just like a normal journal page, little journal booklet thingy. All right, so I want to decorate it up just a little bit. Now you might decide that you don't want to call this one a journal. You might want to put some Halloween recipes in here, so maybe some pumpkin recipes, so you could actually cover that over and call it a recipe book, so that you could put some different recipes in there. So if you can learn a new way of using pumpkins, you could also cut out one of the dates. So let's just do, I'm going to do next year's date. Probably have done with my better scissors for this bit. But as I say, I'm a numbskull and they are downstairs. So I could ink up around the edges, stick that up there, put that on there, and I could actually cut out Hubble Bubble, Toil and Trouble, and have that next to the cauldron maybe, or might be too much. Right, let's inky rinky dinky do. Stick it in place. No, it's the coffee's just the normal for me, Jen, with the illnesses that I've got, bless them. And of course it started doing lots of rain in here, and so it's quite humid in the sense of it's damp, which my chest does not like, so it makes me cough. And of course I'm not used to doing this much talking either, because I sit here on my own day in, day out. Doing me fussy cutting downstairs and packing up for the pop-up shop, of which there is only one more to come for this year. So the next pop-up shop is next weekend, and it's the last one of the year. And we'll put you there. So there we go. So that's next year's little job. I'm going to leave it as a journal, I think. And then on this inside, I'm going to use this strip to act as a belly band, I think. I want it that way, that way. Let's have a look, because I might use this pocket. So on the kit, I'll just show you on the kit, look. It's easier for you to see, I think. So maybe. Yeah, there we go. So there's these 2 corner pockets here. And what I did was, as you can see, I've got this cream border here and here. So I just used the cream of the background of the paper to be able to cut it out, to be able to make the flaps. I've got my cup of tea, Jen. Thank you. But it's just par for the course. And then I've cut them off at acute angles So can you see I've cut it off at a really acute angle here, so when I tuck that behind, you don't get to see none of that flap sticking out the top of the pocket. And the same at the bottom. Again, I might need to just trim that angle a little bit. So when I turn it over, can you see I've got that little bit protruding there? So I want a slightly acuter angle there. There we go. Ink her up. So I'm not going to make hard work of this, you know, I'm just going to do a couple of pockets and then just put the journaling cards in, and then I can decorate those up and make little clusters and things. So, as I'm going along, adding me bits and pieces to my journal. I think that there are some journals that you can decorate, you know, from start to finish before you actually start writing in them. Some of them I would be inclined to do some basic decorating and then decorate them up as you go along, as you start to write in them. So it's like I can make, you know, a little cluster with the pussycat and stick it on the front of that pocket. But I'm not going to do that now because I might change my mind. I could put a couple of journaling cards inside that pocket. And that's kind of ready-ish to go. I've got the tickets. So again, I could make some clusters and fussy bits out of those. I've got the pictures of the witches. Excuse me. Cut those out at a later date. Decorate those pockets up. But just for now, it's about just adding the basics. Yeah, I am going to put that there, I think. Let's ink this one up. I'm hoping to do another video on Tuesday. I'm going to keep to myself what it is for now. That's all I'm saying. But I'm hoping to do one. And if you've been buying from the pop-up shop, you will want to make sure that you watch it because it's all relevant. Okay, so I'd stick that in there and there. That's trimming off there. A little bit of glue top and bottom. So as I say, not doing no fancy. Because all I'm doing is making a simple little Halloween journal. A bit too much glue on there. And then two of the cards, instead of cutting them out individually, anyway, so I've just cut out two of the cards, folded them in half to make a little booklet, and that little booklet could sit in there. I could add some more pages to that. Let's see, what else could we do? I think I might add, and as well, do some decorating at the front, do some decorating at the back, do some in the middle. In fact, what I might do is just add just some words. Just on these pieces here. So instead of them being completely plain, I could do some stenciling on there. Could just add a bit of a word. Get my green. In fact, let's do that. Let's do a little bit of stenciling. Let's say, not going crazy. And then I can put that across there. Okay. Stencil Carol. Which one we're going to go for? I'm forever blowing bubbles. What's that one? Oh no, that's Christmassy. Come on, that one. Okay. Peeled paint is what I'm after. There we go. Peeled paint, spice marmalade, 2 great Halloweeny colours. Want that one. Get a bit of. So this is the bit that I like, is that like you just sit here and calmly play away with yourself with your bits and pieces, and then do a bit of decorating. Nothing majorly stressful. And I like these brushes because they give a nice soft respect to the stencil. Sometimes with the sponges, just makes it easier to add the ink. Sometimes with the sponges it doesn't work so well on the intricate patterns. So there you go, see? Just a little bit of extra decoloration. Ink up my trick or treat. And that's all that page needs. And then it leaves me space to do any writing on there or add any photographs. So that's all it needs. No fancy, no extra special. Just a little bit of decorating. Okay. I mean, of course, as I say, if you so wish to go down that fancy route, that's your cup of tea. Perfect. I think with a little booklet like that. Oh, in fact, tell you what, I could stick her up there as well and then stick that on. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. Put her up there. Put you on top of there. There we go. Done. Yeah. Right, let's see what else we got. Put that on there. Yeah. Put that on there, because then I could slot some recipes inside of that. Again, nothing fancy schmancy. Sorry, I'm talking quietly to myself now. I'm just getting carried away with my little self. Maybe that could go on there, and then that could act as a little pocket there. Yeah, let's do that, like that. colours go well. I'm not looking at chat. I've forgotten you lot are here. Oh dear. Right, let's cut off there. And that would then make a nice little tab to stick maybe on the top of that map. So it becomes a little pulley. Yes. That's what I say, Julie. I mean, I've been doing this on my own for so long now, for the past few months. Oh dear, I am sorry. I do apologise. I'm just getting carried away. Do you know, I haven't really been decorating any journals. I've been just doing so much fussy cutting and making digi-kits that I haven't really made a journal for so long. And here I am inviting you all to join me, and then I'm forgetting that you're here. Oh, poor old soul I am. I don't like colour of hair in there. I like the colour of that. This is a witch's house, by the way. This is one of those old... Do you remember like the viewfinder where you used to look... like a big plastic thing, and you look through the two holes, and it was a picture like this, but it culminates together. Your eyes culminate it together to make one picture. And I don't know whether you can read this. And it says, Old Witch House from Salem. Ooh. So that can go in there, because I think colour-wise that goes nicely. Got a little moon. I have. So I could cut out that little moon. Right. Dropping stuff on the floor now. That little moon could go up there. Let's cut you out. That will make you a little bit bigger. So have you all been working on journals? Or have you... I've noticed that quite a few of you are not doing very much at the moment in terms of journal making. Because I know that some of you have been busy with your gardens during the summer. Of course, I've not been here to prompt you to get cracking. There's quite a few of the kits that I've been selling in the pop-up shop that I need to do some videos on. But as I say, I can only manage to do a bit at a time at the minute. My brain can't cope with any more than that. It's not a perfectly cut circle, but who cares? It's just for me. It's not a great picture for me. Anyone else finding that? It's the weather, isn't it, Maureen? It's the weather disrupting our internet services. So I don't want it in the corner. In the middle. I'm going to go for middle for diddle. I put a spell on you. Anyone watch the new Hocus Pocus? I love films like that. I was quite surprised. I thought it was going to be a replica of the original version, but it did have a little bit of a... It was a little bit, but it did have a little bit of an extra storyline to it. I'm not going to talk too much about it because I don't want to spoil it for anyone who might be watching it tonight. But yeah, I watched that. Do I want anything else on there like a weird? I don't think I did. Could have the W. And the other nice thing is, because there's not many pages to decorate up, is there? take one of you out. Let's actually put you in there. Put you in there, because I like the colour of you. The green on there, maybe have it as a top pocket. I can slot stuff under that way. Yeah, let's do that. What was that Suzanne's put? I only just found my mojo again. Yeah, you and me both, Suzanne. It's a bit of a pain, isn't it, when you lose your mojo? It was down the back of the sofa. Oh, God knows where mine's gone. I had me flu shot as well last week, and I'm hopefully going for my COVID jab tomorrow. Ugh. Bring that all up to date. I had blood tests taken last week, so I've also got to go to the hospital and go and have a blood test taken there. Diabetic checkup on Friday. So she's going to have a field day with me because I've done nothing but stuffed my face with chocolate cake and homemade butter icing today. I had it for my breakfast. I had it for my lunch. I've had it with my dinner. Was that way out that it was like, sod it. I fancy chocolate cake. Console myself with all my woes and worries, sod it. So that's what I did. So yeah, my blood sugar will be out the roof. As I say, sod it, don't care. Let's see about putting you in there. Might need a couple of you to pad you out. Maybe that way. It's a grumpy looking pumpkin, isn't he? I put a spell on you. Hubble bubble. Hallow's Eve. Oh, where's the little black cat? No. Go on there. Or down here. Poopy dog's tails. I have newt. Full moon potions. Hocus pocus. Spider's web. Bat wings. Charmed. Frog spawn. Spell book. That's what I could put on. That little booklet from earlier. There. I could put a spell book on that, couldn't I? I think I might just put you down there. Yeah. I think I've had enough now. I think I've had enough faffing and playing. I've given you a few ideas, haven't I? Maybe that one could go on there. And then maybe a few of these words could go in there. Might do that. I might do that. I'm just going to cut just the top and the bottom little curls out. I'm going to leave these in situ because I'm going to be using it as a bit of a belly band. And I want them to be able to slide in and out quite easily. You never know, I might do a bit more on this tomorrow. After I've been for my COVID jab. Just going to sit that on there. Put a bit of glue up there. And a bit of glue down there. Then I'm going to cut out some of these words. Oh well, that's killed a couple of hours, hasn't it? Just have I actually been on? Does it say anywhere? Can't see it. I've started streaming 66 minutes. No, well, that's not too long, is it? 66 minutes. I'm not far off being done, really. And if I stuck at it for maybe another hour, and I bet I'd be able to call this one done. So I could put broomsticks in there. Crystal ball in there. Circular punch, Carol. Where's your circle punch? That one. See if you can centralise it a bit. Come on. Bit of a rubbish centralised piece. Can make that into a little button. And put the 31 on there. In fact, do the 31 that way. Then I've got my little date stamp on there. So, oh, hang on. 31st today, so 6, 9, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 31st of July, August, September, October. We're going for 2023. Let's just try it. And a little scrappy piece. Just put my finger in the ink. You dozy moo. Oh, good job I checked, look. 13th of October. So, that wants to be a 1, Carol. That wants to be a 3. There we go. Try that. Yay. Okay. So I'll have them on that way. Don't smudge, don't smudge, don't smudge. Oh, didn't print. Don't you hate it when that happens? Yeah, you don't want to press on it too hard because you don't want it smudging. And you don't want to rock it backwards and forwards in case you get a double mirror thing. And then if you don't push it enough, you don't get the blooming print. Oh, that'll do. Got a Bit of ink on there now. Oh, fiddle-a-diddle-a-dee. Right, so we can have one word that way. I've lost my other word now as well that I cut out. Not it. It is. And one that way. And one that way. Oh. Oh. And then that could go onto there. That one can go there. Okay, let me have a quick read. It's looking good, Carol. Thank you very much, Julie. Don't overdo it, Carol. We want you well. Small steps. You'll be tired tonight after doing this for the first time in a while, I expect. Yeah. I have found that even doing the live videos for when I was doing them for the pop-up shop, I was absolutely shattered afterwards. Okay, I'm going to call it a night. I've given you a couple of ideas, haven't I? I've had a little play. And you can see that there's lots of different little bits to play with in the kit. So, but you make of it what you want, you know. I'm going to save all them little bits. Keep all them to one side. Put them in a little baggie and put them in the journal to keep them safe. And let's have a swig of my tea. And then I can do a bit more on it because I'm using this now for next year, so it doesn't even have to be for this year. And then I can get all my American friends and all my Canadian friends to send me little recipes. What they do for Halloween. And candy and stuff, making your own candy. Whatever. Oh, is that the wrong way around? Oh, heck. That's that one. There we go. Because that one's got me non-slip kitchen sticky doodads on. Alright, so that's for that. That's for that. Oh, and that's the other thing I can do as well. I can get my gold pen out. My gold Posca pen. Have a little play with that as well. Let's just clear the decks a little. Make it tidy again. How many of you have got this kit anyway? How many of you actually went and got it in the pop-up shop purchase? Oh, I've got my charms to add as well. I'll leave them for a minute. I'll stick them on later. So even with those little bits in, look, it's made it, you know, a little bit on the chunkier side. Of course, I can add my charm. Let's add a charm on there. Don't want the haunted house, no. Want the broom. No, don't want the witch. I'll put the witch on. Ding dong, the witch is dead. So Laurie Lee's got it. Lovely to see you. I haven't gone just yet, Julie, but so I'll put it on a ball pin. I'm just going to use the. Just going to tuck it underneath that thread. I'm going to let the witch dangle from there. Jen I don't do Halloween. Nor me. But, you know, it doesn't have to be Halloween, as in witches and ghouls and ghosts and things. I mean, as I say, there's lots of recipes for this time of year. So the pictures just make it a bit more relevant to the time of the year, really. But there's all sorts of autumnally ideas that you can put in a in a Halloween journal. Oh, was I gonna, oh, that was a little black cat, wasn't it? I don't know. Leave you out for now. Leave you and you out for now and stick you in later. So yeah, I think it'd be quite a cute little booklet. And as I say, I mean, I don't do Halloween now because my kids are all grown up. It's my grandkids that'll do it now. And but it'll be a nice little place to just keep some notes, maybe of how they do their, you know, how they get fancy dressed up and stuff. Put some little pictures in of them. Put that in there. I think I want that one in there. Get that one out. Maybe put that one under there. Yeah, it looks better colour-wise, doesn't it? So, there we go. So you've got two little booklets that you can make. Two different ways of making them up. Hey there, Amanda. I'm just about to go. But you can watch the replay, can't you? And thank you for being kind to me. As I say, it has been a while since I've done a tutorial, and I did kind of forget that you were about. Oh, thank you, Laurie Lee. That's really kind of you. Laurie Lee's just donated me £10. Thank you. So, I could put the cat on there. Maybe that way. We'll see. Look, I'm faffing. I'm faffing. I'm meant to be going. And I'm faffing. Make that into a little tuck spot. That one could go. Ooh, that one could be a pocket on that page, look. That goes nice colour-wise on that page. Then I could have that as a little pocket. Yes. Fucking nuts. I might have to do that now. Just bear with me. Because I'll forget. And if you've enjoyed the video, you might have thought it were a bit crappy, you never know. If you've enjoyed it, if you want to give me a thumbs up and a comment afterwards, that would be very much appreciated. And if you want to subscribe as well, because I am heading towards that 20,000 slowly at this stage, because obviously I've not been on. But I am getting there. I think I'm about 500 away from 20,000 subscribers. Who could Adam and Eve? You know, I was watching an old video the other day, and I was so excited that I was reaching 2,000. Seems such a long time ago now. I'm going to stick you on there so I don't forget. Might even do some faux stitching on you. Might even add you up there. Or you. There's a little belly band there. Might stick the black cat on there. Might stick the bigger black cat on there. Oh, look. Stop faffing, Carol. Stop faffing. Right. I've given you some ideas. Thank you so much for joining me. And as I say, for being kind. And I hope that you'll go and have a look at my Etsy store, because I have started adding some of the DigiKits back on there, and I've got a new thing coming up on there soon. But I'll tell you all about that when it's ready to go. So I'm going to shoot off now, go and have a hot cup of tea, because this has now gone cold. And oh, hi there, Brenda. She's been listening as she's been driving. I made a wager with myself to start crafting or journaling something, anything this week. Got to get moving. I love that. Maureen's put faff off. Put your feet up. I'm going to have a piece of chocolate cake just by way of a change from the rest of the day. Right, guys, thank you for joining me. I'll see you, hopefully, fingers crossed. I'm not promising, but fingers crossed, I'll see you on Tuesday. See you later. Take care of yourselves. Have a lovely Halloween if you celebrate it. Don't eat too many of the grandkids' chocolates, Laurie Lee. And see you all again soon, ladies. Thanks for joining me. Bye. Bye.